The hands on the clock keep turning around. They point to the time of the day. The time means nothing with you by my side, though sometime I'll be on my way. Down the road to where I must go, there's nothing between you and me. I'll take a boat down the river, my love, and sail away to the sea. I'll sail away to the sea. What will you take to remember me by? I've no money to buy you a smile. I can't say the words to bid you farewell, so I'll carry them with me a while. Down the road to where I must go, there's nothing between you and me. I'll take a boat down the river, my love, and sail away to the sea. I'll sail away to the sea. You'll wave goodbye till I pass out of sight, as you're waving goodbye for good. I can't even take you part of the way. I only wish that I could. Down the road to where I must go, there's nothing between you and me. I'll take a boat down the river, my love, and sail away to the sea. I'll sail away to the sea.
Oh, fantastic. See what I did there? I started the programme in a completely different way and sneaked up behind the listeners.
That's
Probably
nice there. It was lovely.
Wasn't that lovely?
Yeah, who's that?
That is a group, I'll tell you about them, because you know the way sometimes this programme goes on independently and you know nothing about it because
Yeah.
you've no interest in it?
Yeah.
Well, that's a band called The Once.
The?
And we call them here The Once.
What?
Did you go up the pictures? No, just The Once.
Right.
They're called The Once. They're from Newfoundland.
Right.
They're excellent, and they're coming here in a couple of weeks' time. There's a couple of special programmes being put on by Radio Ulster, and I'll give you more details about that later. I'm taking part in one of them, which is on the 29th of October, Friday. Oh, that's the day after my birthday. Oh, that just slipped out. My birthday's on... Oh, that slipped out again. The 28th of October. There's a special programme on the 28th of October and on the 29th. The emphasis will be on music like that. And there'll be a group, I think, hopefully this one will be on, this group, The Once, will be on with me. And there's another group as well who are very, very good. But we'll tell you more about that as the time comes on. And before that was Keep It Cash a tribute group, and that's a current ad that's on television. And there's a concert by Keep It Cash on the, what do you call the place in the comedy place, the Empire, on the 17th of October. And you can't buy a ticket for it. They're going to perform on it, but it's by invitation only. But I've got 2 tickets, and I'm going to give away 2 later on. But I don't want you to ring yet, because it's not a competition, you understand,
Right.
because we don't do competitions anymore. I'm going to give away 2 tickets to 2 people. But we'll talk about that after the news. I don't want to bother you about that, because I know how much you hate. What a horrendous day this has been. I didn't think I was going to be able to get here, because, as you know...
Get here to work?
Oh, yeah. You'd have heard on the news, of course, a car bomb. Awful, awful thing. And it took me 2 hours to get here. And thankfully, there's nobody hurt. Did you have any trouble getting here?
No.
Why, does nothing affect you at all?
I just walked down to work.
You walked?
Yeah.
I could have done that too.
Yeah, I walked down.
I heard that,
Beautiful
last
morning.
night. It's a long time since I heard a noise like that. You see, I live across the water from
Postman, and we chatted on the Glen Road, and we... beautiful morning.
Yeah, well, you'll hear more about all that carry on in the news. We don't concern ourselves in this programme with that kind of thing, because there are too many people chomping at the bit to get at it. And here's a gentleman said, I called up my computer company's helpline, and I said, hello, I'm having trouble with my laptop. I wonder, could you help me? And the fellow said, excuse me, I'm trying to watch the Commonwealth Games. And I said, what? I can't believe that you have television in your office. He said, no, I've got my head out the window. Brilliant. Smashing. Turn your power off. And then come back to me in 3 days' time. Also, I was wondering, a gentleman says, if you could finish your point from yesterday, you began to speak about something, and then Coilis interrupted you. That's you.
Yes.
You said, I haven't forgiven Ryan Tubridy since. Interrupt us, get in there before you get finished. That really is frustrating. Could you ask Sean if he's put up his Christmas tree yet? Have you?
No, but what's that Ryan Tubridy story?
He wants me to say why I haven't forgiven Ryan Tubridy, since I was going to tell the people yesterday why I haven't forgiven Ryan Tubridy.
Oh, why?
Because the way Gaybo is Gaybo and Pat Kenny was Pat Kenny, and he just didn't believe
Pat
a
was
word.
angry again last night.
He's so angry. A man who tried to be as popular as Gaybo and failed and never got over it.
Oh, he is?
I know, and what do you mean?
Is
What?
he popular?
No, not in the same way.
No, but he's a very good program on television
He
called
wanted
The Front
people,
Line.
He made the
Excellent
mistake.
program.
Ryan, what do you call him? Kenny made the mistake of wanting people to like him.
Yes,
See,
yes. He wanted to be liked.
And people don't like him because he's a cold fish, and they don't like him. And there's nothing you can do. Nobody don't like me. It's nothing I can
It's the
do
same as
about
Dean
it.
Martin and Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra wanted to tell
He
the
wanted
jokes.
to be like Dean Martin, but he couldn't be like Dean Martin because he had that nasty streak in him.
That's right.
We're speaking at the same time again. Do you notice that?
Yeah.
That's what brothers do.
Yeah.
Anyway, why have you not forgiven? Well, I haven't forgiven Ryan Tubridy because I thought he would be different. I thought he'd be different from Gable, and I thought he'd be different from Pat Kenny. But then I haven't forgiven him since the night he had Michael Fassbender and Gerry Adams on. And I said to myself, that'll be an interesting programme because Michael Fassbender has just been got great awards for a movie called Hunger. And, Gerry Adams, he would know a bit about that.
Yeah.
I said, this will be an interesting discussion.
Yeah.
Do you know what he did?
Yeah.
He never mentioned hunger at all to either of them. I think he just mentioned it in passing. No, he said to Michael Fassbender, what's it like to win awards for that hunger thing? And that's all he said. And then he asked Michael Fassbender to sing a song. And then he asked Gerry Adams about his brother's sex life. And I said to myself, just another show business lawyer. And I haven't watched him since. I realised. Ryan Tubridy.
Oh, Ryan, I sorry.
You're not with me at all,
No, I
are
didn't know
you?
which one you're talking about because the thing, I know what put you off Pat. I know the interview that put you off Pat Kenny.
Which one was
And
that?
I thought, who's you? For a moment there, I couldn't. Who's you talking about now?
Who am I talking about now?
Who you were talking about there? I didn't know what you were talking about.
I was
Pat
talking about
Kenny
Ryan
or
Tubridy.
Yes, but
I had
didn't know.
hopes for him, but my hopes were cruelly dashed.
But I say,
And I realised he was worse than Gabriel, and he's worse than Pat Kenny. At least Pat Kenny would have said something.
No.
He wouldn't say anything because he's just in for the money.
No, Pat Kenny. The interview that put you off Pat Kenny was
Paul Newman.
correct.
That's the one.
That's it.
He pretended to be stupid. You see, a lot of people do that on television. They think they can identify with the viewers by pretending to be stupid because they figure that most of the people watching are stupid anyway. You know, and whether they're right or wrong, I'm not here to
Right.
say. So whilst he was interviewing Paul Newman, he said to himself, he obviously made a conscious decision to be really stupid and ask him stupid questions because then the punters will be on his side. So he looked at Paul Newman and I could hear this coming. It was going downhill rapidly because Newman was looking at him as if he was some kind of idiot because the questions he was asking him. And then the coup de grace, Pat Kenny said that film Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Every time I see that and I see you and Robert Redford jumping off the cliff into the water, I say, how did you do that? And Paul Newman looked at him and says, are you serious? Do you think I did that? And that was me finished with him.
Listen.
Yes?
There was something...
Do you want to know a secret you promised not to tell? Whoa, whoa, listen. Do you want to know a secret? Sorry, I'm in a reverie here.
You know, at the end of the night when you were sitting in your living room and you just decided to have a wee quick flick round...
Would you want to start that again? Janet, make sure that he knows what he's talking about. Start that again.
Do you know at the end of your viewing, at the end of the night...
My viewing night?
You know,
my viewing nights are over. I don't watch television
Yeah, but
anymore.
when you're about to go to bed...
Yes?
Around 11:30, 12ish or so.
Be careful now. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you just say, well, before I go, I'll...
Have a little flick.
I'll hop around the station.
I'll hop around what?
I'll hop around the stations. You know what I mean.
Yes, okay.
Brit.
I know,
Right.
I know. I just a cursory
Yes.
flick through the stations
Yes.
before you go to bed,
Yes.
in case you may have missed something.
Yes.
Yes.
And I think I missed something last night, and I said, oh, I must take note of that and ask Mr. Anderson because he will know what I missed. I ended up in Tina G. Right?
Did she not sing with the show band?
Ended up having a quick flick with her.
It's T.G. Cahill.
Right.
T.G. Cahill.
Okay.
Tina G, no.
And there was a film
Good luck
on.
now. What do you went to grammar schools for? Aren't just grand. Go ahead.
There was a film on, and it was they were looking at the lives of the 4 or 5 men, Ira Hayes and the other guys, erecting the flag, the Iwo Jima.
Iwo Jima, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it was directed by Clint Eastwood.
Yes.
And Martin.
Scott-
No, it wasn't Martin. No, it was.
Martin Bradley.
No. What do you call him?
Flags of Our Fathers, it was
Yes.
called.
What do you call the other guy?
I don't know. Martin Sheen, somebody like that?
No, Martin.
I don't know.
Clint
Doesn't
Eastwood.
Scorsese?
No,
Well,
the other boy.
Leave it. Just carry on.
wanted to
It's
get
all
him.
right.
But I want to know. It was the last half hour or so of it.
Yes.
Is it worth watching? Should I?
Yes,
chase
it's worth
that up?
watching. There are 2 films, A Flag of Our Fathers, and there's another one from the Japanese point of view.
Flags of. Is that a fairly recent film?
Yes, about a year or so, maybe 2. See, this would all went on whilst you were playing golf. You see,
I was watching Big Pat
don't
Kenny roaring at people.
Don't you realise that where this has led? You're playing golf. You realise that puts you
I was
in the
playing
same
snooker earlier on tonight.
put you in the same category as all those people that run TV last night. Do you realise that? Are you happy about this?
What do you mean?
Happy? You being a golf player is
Right.
putting you in the same category as all those people who are on
That's
TV
Pat
last
Kenny.
night. No, not Pat Kenny.
Who?
I'm talking about all the people who are roaring and shouting last
No,
night.
sure, I didn't see any of it.
Do you not watch any of it?
No, I didn't see any of the Ryder Cup
Okay.
at all.
All right. Okay.
Janet has Michael on one.
Okay. Hello, Michael. Good morning.
Hi, Gerry. Is that guy a golf fan, Mr. What's his name? Sean Coyle, is it Coyle?
Hello,
He's
Graham.
a golf fan, and he didn't watch the Ryder Cup. What sort of a klutz is he?
I'll tell you what it is. You see,
Yeah.
a gentleman, if I may say this, Sean, a gentleman sent me an email yesterday afternoon. I didn't want to show it to you in case it might upset you. But he speculated, I threw it away, I burnt it actually, destroyed the evidence, but he suggested that the reason why you weren't terribly enthusiastic about the Ryder Cup is because you're a loner. That's what he suggested, any kind of... But see, I pointed out that you go out in a 4-ball.
Yes, I do.
You see, that's no occupation for a loner. But Graham's on the line here. Graham, so what do you think then? Good morning.
Oh, hello? I'm Mike. I'm Mike.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mike.
Yeah. No, I had a suggestion for Sean. You know, he's a good impersonator type of person. Yeah. Actually, I'm over from Toronto.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Are you Sean? Is this man genuine here?
Not at all.
No, he's
I'm
not.
told.
That's
Excuse me. Are you questioning my credentials,
That's
Mr.
the
Henry?
guy-
No. We
That's
can
the
spot a
guy
fake
we
accent
met.
a mile away.
That's
It's not
him.
a fake accent. I
Come
live
on,
in
come on,
Toronto.
come on, admit it.
I
Come
know,
on, admit
I
it.
know your brother in Toronto, in Ontario.
You picked that up listening to the radio. Sean,
He
expose
brought,
this man.
he brought us buns
Look,
to the
I
Gerry
brought him
Hewitt
on.
bar.
I brought him on in buns, Mr. Coyle. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Anyway, the reason I'm over is Terry Hooley's book's been launched
See.
on Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Terry Hooley, you know him?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
I think the undertone guy, what's his name, Mickey Bradley knows him?
Mickey.
Yeah, he's involved in that, yes.
Yeah, he's involved. Anyway, the book's for sale.
He's in for 10%.
Yeah, it's called Hooligan. Right.
Yeah, Holleygan.
That's
Richard
right.
Rock.
Pardon?
Richard Rock is in one of the
Yes,
names.
in another life.
He uses that name from time to
Listen,
time.
will you hold on a minute?
In another life, I was Sir Richard Rock. Okay.
I see.
Anyway, I have a scenario for Sean Coyle. Why doesn't he conduct an interview between Jackie Fullerton, Paul Rankin, the Pocket Rocket McCulloch, and Graham McDowell?
Oh, wouldn't you love to hear
Wouldn't
that?
that be
That'd
good?
great.
I would pay money.
Could he do that?
I don't know if he could do that. I don't think those men would come together because they realised what we were at.
What do you think?
I would pay money to hear that.
I would pay big bucks. I'd pay big bucks.
This man is genuine here.
No, he's not.
Absolutely.
He's not.
He's not
I'm
genuine.
totally...
I've got the stage now. I don't know what's fake and what's real.
Tell me, listen, believe you me.
I'm listening
Sir
to him.
Richard, yes, in another life I was Sir Richard Rock, but I
All right, then.
reinvented myself. I'm now Mike. I'm now Mike from Canada.
All right, then. Well, thank you for your suggestion. We'll work upon it. We'll hoist it up the BBC flagpole, see if it
I
flutters.
think it should. Get on to Tim McGarry. You know that comic genius?
Yes, right. Tim McGarry. Yes, was his programme on last night, or when's it on? History of
don't
Northern
know.
Ireland, 45 minutes.
I think it's on Wednesday night.
Wednesday night, yeah. Okay, go away now. Thank you.
Okay, have a good day, Gerry.
Thank you. Bye. Bye. What's the story there? Who is he? Do you know who he is?
Phones you all the time.
but
We meet him in the, what do you call the...
I don't be
the
listening.
The John Hewitt bar.
You don't be in the John Hewitt bar. When do you
When
be in
you
there?
do your program.
Once a year?
Yeah. We've met him several times, and he's been on the air several times.
I'm living in America. My mother will be celebrating a very special birthday on Wednesday, October the 6th. I should keep this for tomorrow, but I've started, so I'll finish, just in case I forget to do it tomorrow, which is very likely. Chip Taylor's coming in here tomorrow with Kendall Carson, a very beautiful fiddle player, girl from Texas. Looking forward to that. I may wash tonight. She listens and really enjoys your show. She's going through a bit of a bad time lately, so I was wondering if you could wish Agnes McPeak, because that is her name, a very happy birthday on Wednesday. My family and I hope she has a good day and we'll be over in a few weeks' time to see her, but no, this will mean a lot to my mum. So if possible, could you play Donegal Shore? Or if you do not have that song, could you play anything by Daniel O'Donnell? That's from Vincent, Anne, Jackie and Sean McPeak. See, that's a thing that, that tries me. When people who are obviously nice people ask me to do the unacceptable. And I never know what to do. My good side is torn between my bad side. I mean, if somebody asked me to play something by Daniel O'Donnell, my instinct tells me, no, God, no. But then when the people who are nice and they're asking me nicely for very good reasons, I say, can't you just do something nice once for people? And my answer is always no. But I'll play that maybe for them tomorrow. Do you have a copy of Daniel's Donegal Shore?
I don't.
Do you not?
No.
Is it in the bin? Maybe?
No, I don't.
Well, perhaps we could get a copy of that for the lady tomorrow. I'd like to play that. And very saddened to hear of the death of Norman Wisdom. Norman Wisdom passed away, 95 years old. Do you remember he taught me how to do a pratfall?
I'll never forget that. Do
you know the way he falls and doesn't seem to hurt himself? I interviewed him one time on television. Remember I used to be on television?
Yeah.
Those heady days. And he was a very nice little man, wasn't he? You were there too.
I was there. I remember you trying to fall, and you couldn't even get down. You couldn't even fall.
I couldn't fall like him.
Couldn't fall.
He said, I'll show you how to fall. I'll show you how to fall. I'll show you how to fall. See, there's a way of falling, and it looks as if you hurt yourself, but you actually don't. But in actual fact, what you do is you fall down, and you look as if you're falling on your thigh, but in actual fact, the whole weight has been taken by your hand, which is slightly behind your thigh, and the people don't see you putting your hand down to stop yourself. And your hand also makes a thump, as if you're hitting the ground with a thump, with your thigh. But in actual fact, you're hitting the ground with your hand, and your thigh barely hits the ground at all. And it's a very, very difficult thing to do, except that I couldn't fall. I was the only person who couldn't fall. I couldn't reach that far.
If I remember rightly, Norman Wisdom ran across the studio floor. This is during rehearsals.
Yeah.
And wanted you to do the same. You
That's
should be
right.
serious. You couldn't even run across the studio floor, never mind fall.
And he was 80 then. I was 31. I was listening to your show the other day and found myself stood still and lost in the song that you played by the little girl from Oma. Well, she's not all that little. I think she's 22 or 23. I found the music so beautiful and, as you had said, very different and beautiful. I would love to get more information about the artist, if possible, get a copy of the song that you played. Can you let me know if you're doing any dates around the country, or if it is possible to download the song from anywhere? Thank you so much. I hope to hear the song played again. Well, that's a song that was recorded by a young lady called Kate McCusker. Now, I don't know if she's got this out. I don't know if she's got a website. And I don't know if she's doing any dates around the country. Oh, isn't that great? That's Kate McCusker. That's a song called My Way. As I say, I don't know if she's got it out. Maybe she'd let me know. Because she sent me a little email before, and she sent me that song, and I couldn't listen to it on the PC for some strange reason. And then she sent me the CD. I think that's fantastic. I mean, that just sounds like a finished article. That's like a song that would go into the charts, and she just, it's not finished at all. It's just a demo. And a gentleman was inquiring about you, and he said, did Sean watch the highlights of the Ryder Cup? No, he didn't.
I was playing snooker last night.
I know, but see, I understand this.
You see, it wasn't listed in the paper, and I looked to see what time the highlights were on, and it didn't say.
Mm-hmm. If he did, this person says, you would have heard what Hazel Devine said in the introduction. She said she must be one of the commentators.
Hazel Devine?
She must be one of the commentators.
Hazel Irvine?
Irvine. Sorry, it is Irvine. Hazel Irvine. See, you knew her name. Can you see that? Apparently, she said in the introduction, if the USA are going to win, they must make the greatest comeback in the Cup's history. But then again, they've done it before. Commodore Gerry. Yeah. Oh, great. And here's a religious person who writes to me and says, feeling I have not done enough to atone for my past sins and would not consequently enter the gates of heaven, I decided to strip and whipped myself with a cat o' nine tails. Feeling this was not enough and still feeling no remorse, I decided to up the ante. I donned a hair shirt, gritted my teeth, and sat down to watch William Caulfield on television. Echoes of James Young, I muttered, as I crawled away singing, I am on my way to heaven. I shall not be moved. You get some strange people writing this programme. I get worried sometimes.
Where is Chip Taylor playing in Northern Ireland? Is he playing in this city?
Oh, he is on... Oh, dear, I don't want to get this wrong. I think it's Thursday night. I think he's playing in the Playhouse Theatre on Thursday night. Right. He's coming in here tomorrow because I think he's in Belfast tomorrow. I'd have all those dates for you. And also he will tell us tomorrow when he comes in. Looking forward to seeing him. Chip Taylor, of course, wrote Wild Thing, Angel of the Morning, all kinds of stuff like that. He's also Angelina Jolie's uncle. I keep saying that because I can hardly believe it. Do you know what I mean? Maybe she might introduce me to him and Brad Pitt. Did you not hear experts are concerned about President Obama's mental state after he pledged millions of dollars of aid to Northern Ireland? What is that about? Gentleman writes to me upset about Norman Wisdom's death. He said, Norman Wisdom is the latest celebrity to bite the dust. And what with Tony Curtis and Alec Higgins, I fear the great sniper in the sky. Snipe! Did I hear the word snipe there? Snipe! Snipe! The great sniper in the sky will soon train his telescopic sight on the Radio Ulster building. He wants to know who's going to go first. You or Sean? Gee, people have never asked us before who was going to die first.
How we talked about that the other day.
I know, but I was only joking. Now I'm serious. I think it's going to be you. I don't like the look of you recently. Discussions about the Reaper have been thin on the ground. Perhaps this may reignite them. How would you like to go, Gerry? Peacefully, instantly, like my uncle, or screaming in terror, like his passengers? You know that old joke?
No.
Ever hear that old joke? No. My uncle died in his sleep. Not screaming in terror like his passengers.
Oh,
get
right.
it?
Yeah.
Alas, poor Sean, I knew him well before he checked out due to overdosing on Tomazepam, Guinness, pint bottles, half-pint glasses, the Ryder Cup and Lady Gaga. It's not a line we are likely to hear from the priest. But as Ronnie Cray bequeathed me his Luger pistol, Geordie has promised me the charred remains of his buck ash. I want you both to ensure I, a partisan listener, is left a memento. He wants us to leave us something when we go. Do you think, are you going to come to my funeral? Do you remember you said you're going to do with me if I died first?
Yes, I will do.
You're going to open my fork when I'm in the coffin?
Yes.
I think that's a cruel thing to do because I wouldn't be able to close it again. And you're going to put a bar... You know when my hands are up like that?
Yes.
You're going to put a crunchy in there and open my fork. That smacks of... you know what that smacks of?
What?
What does that smack of to me?
Jealousy.
Smacks of disrespect. It smacks of Besides, I would rather have, Smarties in the afterlife. You can trade all the red ones off, Anyway, look at the time it is.
Yes.
News coming up at 11 o'clock, back about 3 or 4 minutes past.
On 92 to 95 FM
And 1341 medium wave.
this is BBC Radio Ulster.
And at the BBC News Desk, this is Keith Burnside. Part of Londonderry remains cordoned off after a car bomb exploded in the early hours of this morning. It was left outside the Ulster Bank on the Culmore Road. There were no injuries, but extensive damage was caused to the area. Dissident Republicans are being blamed for the attack. The SDLP MP for Derry, Mark Durkin, said there's no support for them.
All these people are doing by carrying out these acts is proving that they can carry out these acts. They're not proving that they've any case, they're not proving that they've any argument, they're not proving that they've any support. They're simply proving that they have the capacity to plant bombs, to fire shots and to hurt people.
The Deputy First Minister Martin McGuinness described those behind the bomb attack as conflict junkies. And speaking in the Assembly in the past hour, the DUP MP for East Londonderry, Gregory Campbell, said more than words are needed to tackle the threat.
We know that the condemnation is there, and that is good, right and proper that it should be. But, Mr Speaker, condemnation does not ensure that the propagandists and the propagators of last night's violence end in jail. The only way we will stop attacks like this is when convictions are in a court of law. That is what is required. The information is required from the local community to go to the police to end up in convictions in a court of law.
Another senior Ulster Unionist has left the party. Paula Bradshaw, who stood as a joint UUP Conservative candidate in the Westminster election, made the decision over the weekend to cancel her membership. It comes a day after Trevor England, who was also a Westminster candidate, announced his resignation. Jerome Kerviel, the trader whose unauthorised deals brought the French bank Société Générale to the brink of collapse, has been sent to jail and ordered to pay back the equivalent of £4 billion. He was found guilty by a court in Paris of breach of trust, forgery and entering false data into computers. And now a weather update with Angie Phillips.
A bright and breezy day with quite a gusty southerly wind blowing and some sharp showers are likely. Initially across parts of Fermanagh, Tyrone and Londonderry, a few of those showers will then drift a bit further inland during the day and may be heavy with the risk of thunder. But they'll move along fairly quickly with good sunny breaks in between, especially in the east. Highs 15 or 16 Celsius, but it'll feel cool in the breeze.
BBC News.
BBC Radio Ulster. Travel news. Well, following last night's car bomb in Londonderry, the Culmore Road as well as roads in the surrounding area are likely to remain closed until early evening. The Culmore Road is closed between the Culmore Roundabout and the Pennyburn Roundabout. Also, the Strand Road is closed between the Pennyburn Roundabout and Duncreggan Road, and part of the Buncrana Road has also been cordoned off. Drivers are advised to use Craigavon Bridge, with severe disruption also expected to Ulster bus services in and around Derry. And finally, at the International Airport, this afternoon's EasyJet flight from Alicante is delayed to 10 to 3. Anne Jordan reporting. Travel news on BBC Radio Ulster. On Talkback with Wendy Austin today, the creator of IVF wins the Nobel Prize. The Vatican says it's completely out of order. Have you had an IVF baby? Do you agree? Text me now on 81771 and talk to me on Talkback. Been shopping in Belfast recently? Could the SAS find their way through the maze, which is Donegal Place? And GMAC and WEMAC certainly played a blinder. We'll talk to JMAC, the Ulsterman who really saved the Ryder Cup. Join me and call me on Talkback at 12.
I'm not sure if I wanted to call GMAC or not. What do you think? It's 4 minutes past 11. People were asking about that track I played at the beginning of the programme. Is it Johnny Cash? No, it's Johnny Cash. No, it's not Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash recorded a song called I've Been Everywhere. And there was an English version recorded by the Springfields, including Dusty Springfield, before she became Dusty Springfield. But this is a little special version for an advertising campaign. Can't you hear him talking
you
here?
Played that. You played a great version of Hank Snow.
Hank Snow played the original. He wrote the original. Did he write it?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know if he wrote it or not. But he recorded the original. Johnny Cash recorded it on an album called Chained. Chained. Is it Chained? Chained. I think it's called that. Chained. And then Dusty Springfield and the Springfields recorded an English version. I know I've been to Blackpool, Wolverhampton, that kind of thing. But this is a special Northern Ireland version.
I've never heard of the Springfields.
Have you not?
I don't remember ever hearing that.
Oh, it's I've been to Blackpool, Londonderry, all that kind of thing. Londonderry's in it. That's Derry!
No, I don't think.
That's Derry!
Are you sure it's the Springfields?
I'm absolutely positive.
Are you sure?
Do you want money on it?
No, I don't want money,
Go on,
but I
get your money
don't
out.
think there was a version of it recorded.
Get your money out.
No, I don't.
Put your money in your mouth. Let's go on.
It surprises me that it's the Springfields. No, it really is. I thought it was
Okay, I may be wrong, but I'm prepared to put money on it. Do you know why? Because I'm not mean and spiteful like you. I think it's the Springfields. I'm prepared to put my money out, but you're not. You're not. Because you wouldn't put your money out unless you're absolutely 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm willing to take a chance. I think it's the Springfields.
No, excuse me.
Janet can look it up now, you see. Don't be telling him, because if you tell him it's not, he'll want to put money on.
No.
Yes, you will.
I just can't hear the
Insider trading, that's called.
I just can't hear the Springfields do it.
Yeah,
I
maybe
can
you're
hear
right.
a man do it, and I can hear an English version of it all
Is
right.
Janet on the case?
She's Googling like crazy.
Okay, we'll have to wait for that, because the people will be concerned as to whether I...
So what do you want? I've been there. What's the song called? I've been everywhere.
I've been everywhere.
Is it I've been everywhere, man, or I've been
No,
everywhere?
it's just called I know one place you've never been. I've been everywhere. That's the end of it.
See, I can't see Dusty Springfield singing that. And
What's keeping Janet?
No, she's still
for God's
Googling.
sake?
What do you give her?
All you have to do
What's
is
that?
Springfields, I've been everywhere.
Springfield. Springfield recorded. Who else recorded? Wait a minute now. Stall.
You see, you can't accept that I'm right. You can't accept that I'm right. You're
Who?
looking for a flaw in it.
But who? Never mind.
Oh, look, you see the anger in the voice. Do you hear the anger in the voice?
No. There's a...
Johnny Cash.
Hank Snow, Johnny Cash, and the Springfields.
Yeah, as I told you a moment ago, yes. And now it's a tribute to Johnny Cash band called Keep It Cash. And they're doing a special gig which you cannot go to because it's invitation only, but I've got 2 tickets for it. It's on the Empire Music Hall on Friday the 17th of October. I'm going to give 2 tickets away. The first person to ring you and ask them for them will get them. 08459 555 678.
Listen, I've traveled every road in this here land. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Cross the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to Bangor, Bellarina, Benburb, Lisbon City, Ballantoy, Pomeroy, Brushing, So Pretty, Lisnaskey, Tandergee, Moneyglass, Points Pass, Killalay, Monterey, Sign Mills, Fork Hill, Helens Bay, Kilray, Donegal, Mullaghmore, Ockapoka, Firemantown, Akadooey, Draperstown. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to Ballymena, Armoy, Belcoo, Aughnacloy, Kerry Bridge, Carradore, Castle Dawson, Moneymore, Carryduff, Coleraine, Cookstown, Lisbane, Inniskill, Derrylin, Jonesboro's where I've been, Cullyhanna, Tobermore, Ballyhalbert, Abbotshire, Brookborough, Drummondess, North, South, East, West. I've been everywhere.
Conor McCormick of Carryduff, he's very alliterative. He won the tickets.
I looked way down the corridor, the box of broken dreams. He was staring out the window with thoughts he can't explain. He holds the rail to guide him as he shuffles down the line in this path of concrete, in this box without design. Sheila la kaya, Sheila payan. These words without a meaning make sense to none but him. Sheila la kaya, Sheila payan. These words without a meaning make sense to none but him. I was a rebel drifter on the borderline of town. He paved my way to freedom. It's so hard to see him now. Sheila la kaya, Sheila payan. These words without a meaning make sense to none but him. Sheila la kaya, Sheila payan. These words without a meaning make sense to none but him. I walk up to greet him. His hand reaches out for mine. 3 words still in his memory speak clearly to my mind. I love Sheila Lakayapa, Sheila Payan. These words without a meaning make sense to me again.
That's another Canadian band. They're called Ashilin, Ashelin. That's from an album called The Road Not Taken. That's a song called Sheila Payan, which seems to be some kind of Japanese, I'm not quite sure. And they're 5 sisters, fine-looking girls they are, kind of core-like. I said that yesterday, outcore the cores. And they're coming over in a couple of weeks' time too. They're going to be coming down with Canadian women.
I'll ask him now where he got it. Right.
I'm here. Don't talk to me in the third person. Yes?
Right. Eh? Right.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Jay.
How are you today?
I'm fine. This is Dot here. You were asking about the Brent Gates.
Yes, tell me about those, yes.
Okay, well, so far in Strangford Lough we've about between 13,000 and 14,000.
Yes.
And they're coming down from northern Canada, Iceland, Greenland.
Yes.
That direction. So they're perfectly on time. The first ones came down the end of August. And so that's fine. That's just a sign of autumn.
That's okay. There was a lady on this programme yesterday who was very worried because a few of them arrived. She thought maybe they were a little early and harbingers of Brent geese to come. I love them. They fly over my house, not particularly my house, but I live in a little peninsula, and obviously it's a landmark for them.
It is, yes.
They've been flying over there for a million years.
Absolutely, and I mean it's. What we do down at Strangford, there's a lot of counts and so on going on, and we can tell just how many young there are and so on. So far this year, there hasn't been a lot of youngs, and they've been last year's non-breeding adults.
Uh-huh.
So they'll peak in about sort of November.
I'm the same myself, you know. Yeah.
I know you've well peaked, haven't you?
I peak around Christmas.
You peak all the time. But it's absolutely fantastic. It's fantastic to see them coming back again.
I love them.
You know?
Do you know what I do? A very, very sad thing happened a couple of years ago, and it was a very, very, very sad thing. One of them hit an overhead power cable.
Yeah, that happens quite a lot.
Oh, and the poor thing came down, you know, and it was awful. It was awful. It was awful. Before anybody could get to it, I think, something got at it, you know, and killed it. It was awful. It's a dog, probably, you know.
Yeah,
and that's
part of nature, unfortunately. And I mean, every time they come back, every year they come back, they're probably against different obstacles that they didn't have the year before. Different houses being erected and so on. And
That's right.
I mean, the electricity board have been fantastic. They've put things up on the electricity wires. You would see them up in Lough Foyle and places like that.
I've seen those, yes.
Yep, and that sort of lets them know that it's there.
It's funny how they come over. It's funny how they come over exactly the same place. Some people say they have some kind of sat-nav built into them.
Oh, they have indeed.
But I think it's a combination of. I think it's a combination of geographical features as well.
It's like all the birds that do migration. I mean, there's some birds that migrate from here. The ones that we swallows and swifts and all, they're already away. So everything is down to the seasons and the timings, and all to do with the moon and stuff. And as far as I'm concerned, they're far smarter than what we are. I mean, the geese, the parent geese, they're teaching the young the flight paths for next year.
And our young are standing outside pubs drinking vodka.
Absolutely.
And saying like you know. Anyway, listen.
Yes.
What?
I say you can actually hear them saying, "There's Gerry's house down there. Turn left."
I can speak their language. When they come over to my house, they go, "Ooh." That means there's Gerry's house down there.
That's it. That's what they do. They don't exactly honk like that. You're more like a Canadian goose. Gerry.
All right, then.
But you're close. But it's fantastic to see them coming back again.
That's great.
And,
Excuse me, what's their lifespan?
it depends on a whole lot of things. I mean, they can go on sort of 5, 6, 7 years.
Imagine doing that for 5 or 6 years.
There's a lot of scientific work going on with tagging and so on the last 5 or 6 years. So they're finding so much more out
Where
about
do they
the
come
Brent.
from, Dot?
They come from northern Canada,
Imagine you in
Iceland,
Canada saying, "Come on,
Greenland."
boys, it's time
Well,
to pack
that's
up
it,
and go to Derry."
If you ask her a question, will you let her answer it?
But, I mean, whenever you think of it, people say to us, why do they come down here? Well, everything in life is revolved around food, first of all. So they eat the eelgrass at Strangford Lough, has a lot of it. That's their main spot, first of all. But think about it, if they stayed in northern Canada, get snowed in, right?
That's right.
Everything changes so much.
And you'll start to see them now when you go down towards Toome.
But that's it.
And you go through that big bridge there, and you can see them all in the fields. If you look, you can see them all there noshing away.
Are you not thinking of Hooper's Swans, Gerry? You're away on the Swans, you like.
I think you are, Gerry Tuesday.
They don't really go on to the fields until they're coming back up again, maybe February time.
All right. Okay, well, thank you very much.
No problem.
Let's end this
Okay.
conversation. Yeah.
Bye.
But who was the first goose to say, "Come on, let's go to Derry"? So
Gushigander.
So you living in Canada say, "I know a place."
Cheers, boys. What do you tell these boys?
Near Jerry Anderson's house.
See the snow? I'm fed up with the snow here, boys. Tell you what, there's a fella here over from Derry, and he says there's plenty of fields around there and plenty of stuff in them. Mom will go over there and check her out. I was caught the other day, you know. I do honk at the geese when they come over, because I'm normally on my own, because nobody will go out to walk with me. I was very embarrassed the other day, because near where I live, there's a herd of Derry cows. And they're black and white, you know. Yeah. I think they're Frisian, you know, so I bring them a little jumper. And they'll be standing there at the road, you see, and they always see me coming, and they look at me, you know, and I always talk to them.
Do you ever do moo to them?
No, I talk to them in English. And I was coming along the other day, and I'm saying, "Well, how's it going, boys? How are you off for grass there? Have you got enough of a variety there? And is the water good? And hold on a minute, there's a bit of shite round your bum there. I'll tell you what, I'll bring you down a couple of rolls of toilet paper. Do you use the world of good, boys, because you can't be walking around like that there. You're bogging. You're bogging, so you are. And look at that udder. I've never seen an udder like that. That's disgrace, that udder. He's good. Just watch yourself." And I looked around, there was a guy standing behind me. And he went, "Hello?" I went, I'm just talking to the cows. I do that. And he went, "Yeah." And he moved away. He moved away. And you see, nobody cares. I may as well be.
Janet said, "No, this is nothing to do with me."
What's them things in your ears, boys? Them your tags for when you get slaughtered there. Like, no, don't be losing that there, because when they slaughter you, they won't know who you are.
Janet said,
and you get in the wrong. They bring you to the wrong butchers. You wouldn't want that. Then your relatives wouldn't know what butchers to stand outside to memorialise you. And you might end up at McDonald's there, and you can drive through there. It's handy. Sorry.
Janet said you told that story last week, but it was donkeys you were talking to.
I talk to donkeys too. What am I? An discriminator? I really enjoyed Janet. Tell Janet to keep her mouth shut, will you, please? I really enjoyed Janet Dowd's version of John Condon you played the other day. My personal favourite from her CD is Loving Hannah. If you'd be so kind as to play it. Janet is a former colleague of ours in Disability Action and Disability Action twice. Strand Road, Stoke City are celebrating their 20th anniversary this month. On Friday the 22nd of October, they're having an open day and everyone is welcome. We send them our best wishes from the Dungannon branch and kind regards to your good self. That's from Breda Quinn, and she would like to hear Janet Dowd singing Loving Hannah. Okay, that's track 10. Let's see if hold on a second. We'll play that. I haven't played this before, but I'll take your word for it. I'll just play this. It's called Loving Hannah. And this is from an album called 300 Miles by Janet Dowd, who, as the lady said, is doing sterling work here. What is wrong with these things? It takes so long to...
No, you don't give them time to queue up.
But I haven't got the time to wait for it. It's saying welcome again. I've been here an hour now.
I went to church on Sunday. My love, she passed me by. the roving of her eye, by the roving of her eye, by the roving of her eye. I knew her mind was changing by the roving of her eye. My love is fair and proper, her waist is neat and small, and she's quite good looking, and that's the best of all, and that's the best of all, and that's the best of all, and she's quite good looking, and that's the best of all. Oh, Hannah, loving Hannah, come give to me your hand. You said if you would marry, that I would be the one, that I would be the one, that I would be the one. You said if you would marry, that I would be the one. I will go down by the river when everyone's asleep, and think of loving Hannah, and then sit down and weep, and then sit down and weep, and then sit down and weep, and think of loving Hannah, and then sit down and weep. I went to church on Sunday, my love, she passed me by. I knew her mind was changing by the roving of her eye.
Good call, the lady who asked me to play that track. That's great. That's called Loving Hannah by Janet Dowd, Janet. There's a website there, www.janetdowd.com. The album is called 300 Miles. I played a track yesterday from that album called John Condon, and that track, Loving Hannah, features the same guitar player actually as the last one. Great guitar on that. That's the only two tracks he plays on. Jonathan Toman. Very important to get a good man there. There's a gentleman rings from London. Good morning, sir.
Hi there, Gerry.
Daniel, is it?
Yeah, it's Daniel.
How are you?
I'm very good. I listen to your show every day, and my brothers always walk in and they say, "Who is that man and what's he talking about?" And I always have to explain to them that you're talking about very relevant topics to Northern Ireland, like the geese that come. These are matters close to everyone's heart, and you know, if you didn't talk about these things on the show, then a lot of people wouldn't have representation. And also, I'm phoning about the who's that Polish lady that phoned yesterday?
Her name is Evelina O'Donnell. She's in charge of all the Polish people in Ireland.
All of them. She's got responsibility for all of them.
Yes.
Now, she said there was an event going on, but
yes,
I couldn't find out where it was. It's in a place called Stroke City.
It is indeed Stroke City. Derry, Londonderry, City of Culture. Derry, Londonderry is called many things. Dura Colga, the walled city, everything. We can't call it what it's supposed to be called because we don't know what it is. It's in Derry, Stroke, Londonderry, and it's in a place called Cafe del Mondo.
Del Mondo.
Which is down right on the city centre in the Guildhall Square. There's a Guildhall there, and there's water comes out of the ground. So when you see water coming out of the ground, you'll know you're near. I think that's isn't that on Saturday? I think it's this Saturday. I'm sure.
Excuse me, is Daniel from here? Or
I'll get round to that.
Yeah, but
I'll get round to that. I'm getting round to that. Get his message across
who's
first.
That?
I don't know who's that.
Cackling?
I thought that's someone of you. Is that someone cackling at your end?
Be on the phone now.
Is that someone cackling at your end? Mr. Coyle is accusing you of cackling?
She's actually from Dungiven.
Ah, that explains it. So there you are. Mr. Coyle was wondering why I hadn't asked you who your people are and what relatives you have here and what family you're from.
Hello.
Hello? What happened there?
Who?
I think we've got another call there.
No.
What did you do, Janet?
Janet did nothing.
The man from London went away and the phone rang and another man
Daniel
answered.
go? What did you do with Daniel?
I didn't do anything with him.
Well, we'll ring Daniel.
The phone rang again and another man answered it. Obviously,
no, somebody, whoever cackled.
The cackling person?
Yeah,
no, the cackling person. You can't accuse the cackling person of doing that.
Can you wait?
I can wait.
Right, well
I can wait.
Janet's now ringing Daniel.
Janet's great.
So is he's...
I don't know yet. Can you wait?
Is his mother from Dungiven?
His mother married a hairdresser. Yeah, I'll ask him all that there.
Where's Daniel now?
And his brother used to be in the army and all that stuff. I'll ask him all that. Good morning, sir.
Yes, we all live in London, Stroke Don.
Mr. Coyle is never happy unless he knows who anyone's people are. He wants to know what tribe you're from. Do you have a tribe here in Northern Ireland?
Well, Mum used to call it Dungiven Stroke Dun.
Aha. Well, your mother... that lady is cackling there. She's from Dungiven.
Yes.
Is she your sister or your significant...
car salesman.
Is she your significant other or is she your sister?
She's my mother.
Your mother? So
yes.
In other words, you may have been born in Dungiven.
No, I was unfortunately born in London.
But you get a chance to come back every now and again.
Oh, yes. Well, we were back about 3 years ago with my brother, and the first thing we saw when we were at Ballymena Station was some graffiti which just said, "You're a ma," which we thought was absolutely hilarious.
Listen, I'm going to hand you over to Mr. Coyle now. He's going to try and find out what your family connections are. Okay, right, go.
I would just want to know, Daniel, what's your surname?
My surname is Bright, but her surname was Scott.
Yeah, but your family, you're the Scots from Dungiven.
Yes.
Now, where in Dungiven is your mother from?
She was on...
Scots?
I'll just ask her what road she lived on.
Yeah, do.
This may go on for some time. See, it's very important in the Northwest. If you meet someone, you have to find out what their connection are, who they are, who their family was, what things have happened to them in the past. It builds up a picture. So you decide whether you like them or not. You need to find out if your mother was a hairdresser, if your father used to be in the army, if, your father was a coal miner, he had a brother who ran away, he was arrested, that kind of thing, and he had a daughter who wasn't very good. And so they were a very smart family, but some of them were stupid. You build up the picture, you know what I mean? I'll get back to them now.
See, there's a family, a well-known shop in the centre of Derry called Scots of the Diamond.
Well, they all emigrated.
Mr. Coyle is now desperately trying to find out if indeed there is any money in the family. This is very important to ascertain this as to how long the conversation will last. If it is decided that indeed this man is connected to Scots of the Diamond.
Already said you keep turning the microphone off. We don't know if the man has any money or not.
Have you any money, have you? I'll ask him boldly. Have you any money in your family?
We can't hear him.
At all.
Have you any money in your family?
Oh, we've got a bit of NISAs, a bit here and there, but, nothing special.
All right, then. Okay, the interrogation is over. We'll now talk. We now know who you are.
Good.
Okay, well, good to have you join the programme, and maybe perhaps you'll come back and visit us sometime.
Oh, yes. I've got one music request.
Yes?
Could you put on that song about those Ulster Scotsmen, the ones that go,
I have it in front of me.
Yeah, put it on. And the man that just rambles in the background about all sorts of things.
I'll put that on just as we speak. It's called The Lang Stain. I'll translate that for you. It's called The Long Stone.
Daniel, do you not work? Or, how come you hear this man's programme every morning?
Oh, well, I always listen to it. I always listen to it on the iPlayer when I get home from work in the evening.
Oh, right.
And I usually get Tuesdays off.
Oh, okay.
Does that satisfy your curiosity?
Okay. What part of London do you live in, Daniel?
Oh, we live in East London.
Is that a nice part of London, Gerry?
Jerry's
familiar. Jerry's familiar with London.
Do you want to see the conditions under which those people have to live there? It's incredible. Well, thank you for joining us, sir, and welcome aboard. And good luck to your mother. Long may she cackle.
Thank you.
The long stain, long stony face, long gang out of yon place. King James, oh hear the Scots, let us bide a while, then send us o'er the golden mile, the causey stones the robbers' way, the bigger lap and big at the bridge, so here we danced and came to stay. The long stain, long stony face, still standing, still, though all of us displaced off dale and hill. Where to go to feed the chuckies, where to stand, our boots are mucky, all set to farming in the fields, or in the hills black nebs named, nae yield. Poor old buggers still on the game to just survive. Long stain, long stony face, learn to plough and learn to sow, robbing less we built our homes, a barn, a tower, a wall, a fence, a ditch, a shield, set for defence. Few of us have leaders now, all a one and nae to buy, individual folk we be, ne'er used to e'er bend the knee, ne'er to worship any throne, set for one, to him alone. We look to him, nae bag nor car, nae rich as need, but who we are. For all our riches are all at home, the wife and babbies and friendship song, to sing and play the jig and reel, a warm place, a muckle creel. So many came as exiles, so many came in chains, nae body will ever harness us, we don't work well in long rains. We'll plough the ground and work for you, we'll work both night and day, for all we ever seek from you is a fair day's work for a fair day's pay. But never think we worship you, for our calling is much deeper. It flows down through our bedrock as we wake or as a sleeper. Nay, politician, king or man will lead us all like donkeys. This guff is just no meaning, boy, and me, I couldn't give a monkey's. This lang stain, still standing, still, throws nae saddle shadow o'er me. It marks the sun, the moon and stars. This means that I am free. So culture vultures listen long, listen long and hard. On Ulster Scots a hybrid, nae dull old lump of lard. A shiny dapple thing, a mongrel through and through. It is our deep held strength, you know. Where there's brass, there's always poo. So bridle up your dull old gaze and lead it up the Roddens. I am proud of who I am, a mix of pins and bobbins. Not one flag will do me. You can throw them in the bin. Not one party show me could get me ere to swim. I'll keep my wee feet on dry land. I'll stand by this here stain. It was raised long before me, and by the long stain I will remain. Cheerio now.
That's a great song. That's by Sarah Watkins. Let me just check that. It's called Too Much. I had just got that the other day. I think it's brilliant. Also, excuse me, I just realised that nearly all the music I'm playing today is all female singers.
Yeah, well,
some days you get days like that. You feel in touch subconsciously with your feminine side, and you feel as if, I feel like a woman today. Do you know what I mean? I don't mean I feel like a woman today. I kind of feel as if I feel like I'm Anne Nightingale. I feel like see my trousers? The hell with them. They're not here. I'm a woman. I'm sitting here. I'm a woman. I've got a woman's sensitivity today. I'll be okay. I'll be a man again tomorrow. But today, just call me baby.
Babe, a gentleman...
Yes?
A gentleman rings to ask about a CD you played a couple of weeks ago, and he's been trying to get it. And he said he doesn't want to hear... With all due respect, and when I say this, I mean with all due respect, he doesn't want to hear Bert McCormick. He wants to know where can he get a CD called Cover the World. He thinks that's what it's called.
Cover the World, yes.
Aye.
Where
Where can he get that?
Bert McCormick. Cover the
Do
World.
you get it on Amazon? Or
I don't know. I think maybe perhaps if Janet could finish doing her hair, maybe she could check it.
Bert McCormick, then?
No, I don't think so. I don't think Bert would do that. Cover the World. It's a collection of, strangely enough, covers.
Yes.
Of I don't think maybe. Well, I don't know. Maybe Bert wouldn't have that. I can't remember. I'm bluffing here, really, because I can't remember off the top of my head exactly what that was. But I know I did play that. But I can't just. Yeah.
Bill in Ward 9 of the Ulster Hospital would like you to play from The Wee Wee Man, if you have it.
I've already played from The Wee Wee Man.
No, but have you got the song, The Wee Wee Man?
Yes, I have, yeah.
Well, could you play for Bill in Ward 9 of the Ulster Hospital?
Well, obviously he's not well. I wouldn't do this normally.
Oh, he's hadn't cleaned the windows.
There's no need to be sarcastic. There's no need for that. I'm just trying to be diplomatic here. You don't have to say he must be cleaning the windows. There's no need for that. I've got The Wee Wee Man here, and because I'm sympathetic towards the sick...
It's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon?
The Cover the World.
Remind me what that is. What else is on that?
I don't know, I'm sure.
What does it say, Janet?
What?
Let's not be economical with the...
Hits.
Let's not be economical with the equity.
Classic pop hits.
Covered by other people?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there an example of one of the tracks there?
Janet's going to get you one.
Thank you, Janet.
Ladysmith Black
Mombasa. That's it. I remember it. Got it now. They're singing. What is it?
Cover hits. Covers.
No, what's Ladysmith Black Mombasa singing?
Wolverton Mountain.
I don't think you'll find Ladysmith Black Mombasa singing Wolverton Mountain somehow. I think they're singing. What's that song?
You must remember this.
No, they're not singing that either. Listen, let's leave this.
There's a man.
Yesterday, a gentleman writes to me and he said, I asked you to play a track from that Oh Yeah CD, new music from Northern Ireland. I asked you to play a track by the Farriers. The Farriers are a very good band who were in session in this programme a number of months ago. And you said, I'll play that track for this gentleman now. You tried to do it, but then you talked for 20 minutes. It wasn't your fault, though. Your friendly wingman kept putting telephone calls through, making you not play the record. I don't mind that you didn't play it straight away, but could you play it sometime? I told the band you've agreed to play their tune, because you did. We're going to hold you to it. Anyway, well done, Europe. I thought Europe was just Northern Ireland. Oh, it's Europe now. I've never felt so proud to belong to this Eurasian landmass extending from the Urals to Iceland. That's laying it out a bit thick, isn't it? Oh, by the way, I like the song John Condon too. Why can I not warm to this? Why can I not warm to golfers? I can't do it. I can't warm to them because I don't like them. I can't warm to because... What is there something wrong with me?
No.
I can't warm to them because I've been... I explained this before. I'm going to just explain this again now because I think it's important because people will think, oh, he's mean-spirited. He's not joining in the celebrations. Well, I am joining in, but I just can't warm to those guys. And I'm going to explain why now. Now, I've explained this before, and I'm going to... This is from the heart.
Will you not forget about Vincent?
I could have told you, Vincent. I'm going to talk from the heart. You see, I was a normal child until I developed an interest in music. Now, I said to my mum, I used to call her Mum.
Mum, I said.
Mummy, I want a saxophone, Mummy. saxophone. I wanted a white plastic alto saxophone, which I saw in the window of a shop, which you know well, you remember it well, in Butcher Street in Derrystoke, London Derry, called Gerry's Music Shop.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yes, of course I do.
There was a white saxophone in that window. This is a little bit too much information for people in the Skillen, but you know, we're painting a picture. I used to stand there and press my nose against the window, and I wanted that white alto saxophone plastic so badly I could almost feel it in my water. Anyway, because we were Catholics, we had no money.
Right.
So my mother said, you can't have that. She talked like that. She talked like Jimmy Cricket. She said, you can't have that plastic alto saxophone. She said, what about a guitar? So I got a guitar on the drip. I retired to this is all important. This is what formed me. Before that, I was a normal child playing with the scruffy little children outside. No, like you, people like you. And then I got the guitar, and then something happened to me. It was a kind of an epiphany. I became, well, different. I went up to my room, and I discovered various little guitar pieces and things, and I became dedicated. So I never went out of my bedroom for about 3-4 years, maybe 5 years. And my mother used to say, you all right up there, son? I was so happy. I had no contact with anybody. I was just lost in the world of music. But I never took it the other step. And then a man came to the door one time, and he said, Mrs., have you a wee fella up the stairs in your bedroom? And she says, he's up there. And she says, I'm getting carried away.
What?
And he says, does he play a guitar? I said, he's been up there for 5 years. She says, get him down here. So I came down, he said, he'd introduced himself, and he says, our guitar player is ill, and we want you to come and play in his place. I said, what? He said, our guitar player is ill, and we want you to come and play in his place. I said, but I couldn't do that. I said, sure, I've no guitar or anything. I've just got a little acoustic guitar. I've been upstairs in the bedroom with it for 5 years. He says, don't worry about that. All his equipment is there. Just come along and we'll keep you right. So I went along, and suddenly the last thing that ever occurred to me that I'd ever play in front of anybody. That's the last thing that ever occurred to me. And I found myself on the stage playing an electric guitar. And I hated it. All the people all looking at me, and I hated it. I realised that I was in show business, right?
Had you short trousers?
No, I was about 17 then.
Oh, right.
I started when I was about 12. So stop counting. You're counting the years, aren't you? Anyway, so it went on, and then something happened at the end of that which kind of changed my mind. He gave me some money. I went, what's this? He said, that's money, Yoffla. I went, never seen this before. So and eventually word got around that, I could play a wee bit. And why not? If you're in your bedroom for 5 years, you're bound to be able to play something. So I started to play in bands, right? At the age of like 16, 17, 18. And the type of bands I played in were the type of band that used to play in golf clubs and rugby clubs. Right. So at a very early age, I was playing in golf clubs, socials, and rugby clubs. And those people were so hateful that I never got over it. And that's why I can't join in. They were just hateful people. I never got over it. And to this day, I can't look at a rugby player or a golf. I find it very hard to look at you.
Well, it's all changed now. You see, that was in the 50s, wasn't it?
They're the same people. I see them on TV. They're the same people. The same look on their face.
Snobby element about the golf
same
clubs
thing.
then.
It's no different. It's no different.
Changing. It's
changing, but it's not
changing.
changed.
Yes,
it's the same people. Those people. The people that used to look down their nose at you and were hateful to you. And say, you can't eat here. This is where we eat. That kind of thing.
No, they have these silly rules where you can't.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't
come in here.
No,
you can't come in here dressed like that. I say, I'm in the band. I don't care if you're in the band or not. You can't come in here. And then they'd be throwing each other over hedges, and they'd be wrestling on the floor, and they'd be bumping into you. Horrible, full, awful. And I went through years of that, Sean. Life has marked me.
I remember being in a golf club.
You have no idea. No, Sean. See, I'm not finished. You have no idea how I've been marked by those experiences. I'm not a normal person. I can't be nice to people anymore in rugby clubs and golf clubs. I want to hit them all. And it won't leave me. I went to a golf club one time to do an after-dinner speech, and I could hardly look at anybody. And it was so bad. I was so nervous that I just couldn't even talk.
You were awful too that night.
It was terrible. It was psychological. It was psychosomatic. I said to myself, what am I doing here? And that was the time when I said to myself, I will never, ever give a dinner speech again. So I've never done another after-dinner speech.
I was in a golf club in Northern
See why I'm
Ireland one
revealing
day,
myself to you?
and it was the height of the summer. And when we arrived there, we had just sweaters on and casual. And afterwards, we decided to go up into the bar and have a drink. But we then decided we would eat, go to the restaurant and eat.
Yes.
And we were four of us walking towards the restaurant, and we were told that we couldn't go in because we had no jackets. And there were 4 guys who witnessed this, all the members, and they went and got jackets for us. We wore their jackets into the restaurant. Everything is stupid in all your life.
It's the kind of thing I'm talking about. You know, like they're like traffic wardens with guns.
Anyway, there's a coffee. Vincent's waiting for you.
Not so angry. I'm too angry. I can't talk to anyone.
A long time.
I can't talk to anyone. I'm too
Please.
angry. I'll be all right after this. Ask him to wait until I calm down.
minutes.
Ask him to wait until I calm down.
7.
Tangerines are hanging heavy, glowing marigolden hues, teasing a half-pale moon, and I feel a pull to the blue velvet dark and stars, stars, stars. Pink magnolia, blushing and coy, savors the sun while she shines. You've got yours and I've got mine. Together we glide through the blue velvet dark and stars, stars, stars. All it takes is a little faith and a lot of heart. Back and forth we ply these oars, they move in time and get entwined. Green with joy, then grey with sorrow, ripened fruit that falls tomorrow, filling us with brilliance. Branches are bare with a pulse underneath, flowering slowly inside. Your hands are warm and my body is wide to hold all the promise of blue velvet dark and stars, stars, stars. All it takes is a little faith and a lot of heart, sweetheart.
That's a band called The Weepies. That's a song called Stars from an album which has been out about 2 or 3 years now. It's called Say I Am You. The reason I play that is because I've been playing their music for a long time, and suddenly I find that they're riding high in the American charts, which I'm very pleased to say. And I'm going to have their album any day now. It's called Be My Thrill. I've ordered it. It's coming in, so I can't wait to hear it. See,
Almost 21 minutes. Vincent's waiting. Almost 21 minutes.
Good morning, Vincent.
Good morning, babe.
I could have told you, Vincent, that it would have been 21 minutes before I could speak to you. How are you?
Not too bad, Gerry.
I'm sorry about that.
It's all right.
I was trying to unburden some of my deepest neuroses. It's all right, though. You don't have to worry yourself about that.
That's
What can we
all
do for you today?
I am looking for old street directories from about 1916.
Yes, I see this as an urgent call, Sean. I see this as urgent.
Oh, Vincent, he's dismissing.
Sorry, I'm not
He's
dismissing.
dismissing
I'm not
you, Vincent.
dismissing Vincent.
Yes, he
I'm
is,
not
Vincent.
dismissing Vincent. You're looking for old street directories from when, Vincent?
From 1916.
16?
1916. We're doing a family tree.
Which street directories are you looking for?
Well, Belfast.
Belfast? Did they do them as early as that?
I haven't a clue, Gerry.
The earliest one I'm aware of in Derry Stoke Londonderry was like 1955. I remember seeing them up in McGee College when I was a student there. But
Oh.
I never saw one earlier than that. But I mean, I'm sure there would have been street directories earlier than that. Of course there would have been. So from about 1916 street directory, any particular area?
Well, Belfast, around the Clonard area, right there.
Clonard?
Clonard, yeah.
All right, so anyone out there would have any idea? Have you tried the libraries?
No, Gerry, I haven't.
Go into the Linen Hall Library. Tell them I sent you.
Uh-huh.
No, seriously. Go in there and they'll help you. Tell them that I recommended you come in because they know me there.
Oh, they know you?
The Linen Hall Library is the most wonderful library and it's got the greatest collection of Belfast history books and everything to do with Belfast. If it's not there, it does not exist. Belfast, go into Belfast Linen Hall Library and ask them, and you tell them that I sent them. No, tell them that I sent you. No, seriously. Will you do that?
Will they let me in if I mention your name?
There's no need for that. Just take my word for it. You'll be well treated.
All right, babe.
Okay.
They have them.
Thank you.
They have the street directories.
What?
The Linen Hall Library have the street directory. Someone texts us in.
Yeah, of course they have. I imagine they would have, yeah. Because Linen Hall of everything. I mean, that Linen Hall's about 300 years old. The library. Have you ever been in it?
Yeah.
Have you?
It's not about
It's
you.
lovely, isn't it? Well, yeah. What were you doing in there? What, did you lose your golf ball in it? I'm sorry to be so cruel. It's in my nature. All right, thank you. They've got those street directories. Go in there and they'll show them to you. They'll show you where they are. They've probably got them on computer as well.
That's lovely.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye. It's funny how people say that's lovely. People don't say that much anymore. That's lovely.
I don't think I ever said that's lovely.
No, I never said. He says it there
lovely.
now.
That's
He
lovely.
said that's lovely. Supposing you were getting into a shop and saying, could I have a half a pound of brandy balls? And they
Half a pound of brandy balls?
I just picked that out of the air. And they said, there you are, sir. And I'd say, there you go. How much is that? They'd give me money. And I'd go in and say, that's lovely.
I wouldn't
say
say
that
thank
either,
you,
no.
just.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a little formal, isn't it?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you's nice.
No, I like that's lovely.
That's lovely.
I feel as if I've given away some of myself today, and I feel as if maybe I might not get it back.
Jean, Janet's saying Jean.
Jean what?
Jean's on too.
I haven't time to talk to Jean.
Oh, you have so.
I haven't.
You have time for everyone.
I have not time for everyone.
It's a wee quickie, Janet says. Go on.
Janet knows how I feel about quickies. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Gerry.
How are you today?
I'm doing fine. Listen, Gerry, I'm just ringing you here from Enniskillen, and I can't believe how well you're looking on the front of the N magazine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We have no time for this call.
I have no time. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's amazing what airbrushing can do. Listen, I just wanted to say, what about a wee pair of laces for your slippers, though?
Are we what?
We no laces on those gorgeous blue runners that you've on you.
Oh, no, those are the new style that have not reached these shores yet.
And come here, just wanted to congratulate you because you're looking $1 million.
And no surgery or nothing, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, not even Botox.
And no Botox.
Should have put her on earlier, Sean.
You're a swanky looking boy, I can tell you. I'm flicking through the pages here.
Ooh, thank you very much.
You're more than welcome.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Why did you keep her waiting so
That
long?
was lovely wee call. Belfast Central Library has those street maps as well.
Okay. Here's another Canadian lady. Amazing the number of Canadian music CDs I'm getting, and they're all brilliant.
Now that your darling keeps you home, there goes the best war we've ever had. Now that nobody's all alone, we'll turn forgiveness to forget. If you're in town, you'll look me up. We'll dance the days into the cups, and you will talk of golden rivers flowing, giving you enough.
This is Amelia Curran.
Bye bye years of deals and dolls.
From an album called Hunter Hunter.
Bye bye Montreal.
We won't get to the end of this, but I'll play more of her later. Maybe tomorrow. Chip Taylor's on tomorrow and Kendall Carson. Don't miss it. I'm away now. Goodbye. Others will come on at 12. Namely Wendy.
What wicked patterns we succumb, from the warnings we have run. Now from a figure we have cut the mold and filled the stadium. If in as many years I call you from the middle of it all, will you forgive me or forget the